Have you ever struggled with enabling AWS System Manager on an EC2 instance that has no internet access? Sounds tricky, right? Well, stick around because we are going to enable it shortly on this video. Let's get started. First thing first, let's understand why you might not have an internet access on your EC2 instance. For example, to enhance security and meet compliance requirements. Secondly, if the EC2 instances are intended to serve only internal applications or services. And third, maybe control cost associated with internet data transfer. Now, without waiting further, let's get going with the demo. I'm going to create a VPC for our use case. Let's go to the VPC console, click on VPCs. So this is the default VPC. We are going to create a new one, create VPC and more. Here you can see, you can choose the options for creating the subnets as well along with the VPC. So it will save us some time for us. And I'm keeping all the default values and number of availability zones as 1. So we will keep the subnets for private and public both as 1 and we don't need NAT gateways as our use case doesn't need it. And for the VPC endpoints, we are going to keep it as none. And let's click on create VPC. So once the VPC is created, we will use this VPC and the subnets for launching our EC2 instance. Let's view the VPC. The VPC is created, project VPC, and subnets slash let me refresh. Okay, so we have got 2 subnets here. One is the public and one is private. Let me select the private one and let's see the route table. So okay, there are no internet routes available here, which we needed actually. And let's go to EC2 console now. And we will be using this private subnet only for launching our EC2 instance. Let's go to EC2 console and let's launch an instance here. Click on launch instance. Now give the name I have given as demo, and for the instance I am using Amazon Linux 2, and for the instance type is T2 macro, free trial eligible. Key pair already I have one, so I have used that key pair only. And for the network settings, I have to change the VPC to the one that I have created and the subnet to the private subnet. Security group rules, let's create one. I'm just giving the name as demo. Inbound security groups, so a rule we don't want, we don't need SSH right now, so we can remove this. And let's click on create instance. So let's click on instances, and the instance is getting created. Meanwhile, let's create an IAM role. And this IAM role will be used for the SSM. So once we create this, we will attach it to our EC2 instance. So let's select EC2 service here. Under EC2, let's select EC2 role for AWS Systems Manager. You can see the policy is already attached. Click on next. Let's give a name for the role. And just click on create role. So this is our role. Now we will add this IAM role to our EC2 instance. So these are the basic settings that we need to do for setting up the SSM for an EC2 instance. So now I will select the IAM role that I have created. Let's modify. Okay. Now we will go to the SSM console and see whether our instance is showing there or not. So I'm going to search for System Manager and let's open this on the new tab. I'm going to show you the Fleet Manager, but as I mentioned earlier that we don't have internet access for our EC2 instance, so our EC2 instance won't be showing on the Fleet Manager after doing all the basic SSM settings that's required. So this issue we are going to fix by creating VPC endpoints. So I am going to create 3 VPC endpoints. And with the help of the VPC endpoints, and I have to create a security group also. After doing that all configuration, we'll be able to see this EC2 instance in this script manager. Now I am in the EC2 console. I'm just creating a security group for my VPC endpoint. I'm just giving the name as demo endpoint. J. Description as allow 443 from, for instance, security group. VPC, I will choose my VPC that project VPC that you have created. So in this, I'll create some rules. So I will allow HTTPS for the system to work. And in source, I will keep EC2 instance security group, get security group. Now we are going to use this security group for all our VPC endpoints that we are going to create now. So let's create a VPC endpoint. I'm just giving the name right now. Endpoint 1. Services, I'm selecting SSM 1. So if you see com.amazon.aws us-waste.ssm. Region, I'm selecting my VPC, the private one, and security group that I have created earlier. And let's create VPC endpoint. One of the endpoint is created. Simultaneously, we will create another 2 endpoints. So let's give it name as EP2, search for services SSM, and this is for SSM messages. Select the VPC, the private subnet, and the security group. We need to choose the one that we have created. Yeah, let's create endpoint. And the final endpoint that we are going to create is for EC2 endpoint 3, EC2. And if we see there is EC2 messages, we need to select this and the VPC and the private subnet. All the settings will be same as we have done for the other 2 endpoints. Separated group, create them. So all the VPC endpoints are created and are in available state. Now I'm in the Fleet Manager console. I'm just refreshing. Our EC2 instance should pop up here. Yeah. So if you can see, now the instance is showing on the Fleet Manager with the help of the VPC endpoints that we have created. So this is the solution. Whenever you don't have any internet access for your EC2 instances, and you just have to create 3 VPC endpoints, and you will be able to see. Now I'm showing you just the session manager is working or not. So if you see, I'm inside the instance. I can log into the instance with the help of session manager. To summarize this, we have created 3 VPC endpoints. One is for the EC2 messages, SSM, and SSM messages. If you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.